The UK may be wondering what to do about a hung parliament. Not so France's new president. Sunday's the first round of legislative elections, and Emmanuel Macron set to clobber all comers with what could be an overwhelming majority, a majority the likes of which, Mark Dean, we won't have seen since the 1960s.
Could be quite something. I mean, it's amazing, especially when you consider that between February and May, everyone was saying, "Well, Macron will never have a majority. How will he ever be able to govern?" I mean, well, we'll see. We'll see on Sunday and a week Sunday. These are polls.
What does that tell you about France and sort of the idea that people like a strong leader and give?
I think it does tell you something about France, and it tells you something about political momentum. But it also tells you specifically about what Macron has managed to do, with what you can do with a centrist party in a two-round system. So why is this going to happen? Because, first of all, Macron's support is fairly well spread across the country. So that means that in most constituencies, he's going to get his candidate through. And once a candidate is through, suppose in any given constituency, a socialist and Macron's candidate makes it through. Well, everyone on the right is going to say, well, you know, we don't want the socialist in, so we're going to vote for the centrist. And the same is going to happen on the other side if it's the Macron party against the right wing, and the socialists will all rally behind what the French call réserve. There's a lot of reserves of votes to come to Macron, and that's why the party is going to do so well.
Britain has a first past the post system, Matthew Dalton. In France, it's a little bit different. It's a two-round system, and it really does favor this brand new party that didn't even exist a few weeks ago.
Well, it's remarkable to think, just to take a step back and think about what's happened. Emmanuel Macron, a year ago, he was a complete underdog, largely unknown outside of France, not at all a leading politician in France. And now he is completely, he stands astride, sits atop French politics. He's going to be have the biggest party, likely have the biggest party in the legislative election. And what he's doing is he's bringing in all these political newcomers. You know, half of these people have no political background, and that's one of the criteria that he wanted. What he's doing is he's ushering in a whole new political class into France, and it's a remarkable moment.
A new political class, Christopher Dickey, because he seems to know where the bodies are buried. If you want to get the civil service and the high civil service on your side.
Well, look, I mean, this is the anarchy. This is the École Nationale d'Administration, the most elite school of civil service. That's produced a lot of presidents of France. It produced Macron. It produced a lot of the people around him. This is not an anti-establishment center. This is the establishment that is taking over, but it has presented itself as a fresh look at that establishment rather than the very tired socialist, Gaullist parties that existed before. And, and he's played it brilliantly. He used meetings with foreign leaders, with Trump and with Putin, to present himself as a very tough leader in a way that the French really liked. I mean, the guy who cuts my hair, or my hairs, was telling me the other day, and he was a Fillon supporter. He says, God, Macron, we were talking about his meeting with Putin. He says, this guy, il a des grosses couilles, hein?
It's a family show, don't translate. Lila Jacinto, do you feel Macron mania when you walk the streets of Paris?
Yes, on the streets of Paris, no, I'd say, the French are very adept at showing not overt enthusiasm. I see much more enthusiasm internationally among my friends across the world, just captivated by Macron. And, he makes these statements in English. Hollande, a lot of people during his presidency wanted to know, they would forget the French president's name. And right now, Macron seems to be up there with Justin Trudeau in cute status. And of course, his handshake with Trump, his standing up to Putin. For someone as young as this, to take on an experienced leader like Putin with a former KGB guy who is so intimidating in face-to-face meetings, that kind of thing is really remarkable.
If I may, I don't know if you feel this, but I feel that the French are just happier now.
Yes.
They may not love Macron, but they feel better about themselves now
They're
than
less
they
in a
did.
bad mood, you mean?
Huh?
They're not in as much of a bad mood. I'm joking.
Well, okay.
No,
I'll take what I can get.
No, I have to say it's true. The man in the Elysee does set a national mood.
All right, the honeymoon is still very much on when it comes to France's president.